Recognize Senator Ted Ferrioli.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move House Bill 3093 be withdrawn from the Judiciary Committee.
Senator Ted Ferrioli has moved that the House Bill 3093 be withdrawn from the Judiciary Committee. To your motion.
Thank you, Mr. President. House Bill 3093 is a bipartisan bill that passed with only one no vote in the House. Reciprocity is a common sense approach that allows a person with a concealed handgun license from another state to legally carry in Oregon if the requirements for their concealed carry permit are similar to Oregon's. It reduces red tape for law-abiding citizens, and there is no reason to further modify this bill. It deserves immediate attention by this body. It needs to be brought to the floor and passed as is. Thank you, Mr. President.
Discussion? Senator Ferrioli, your closing. Recognize Senator Lloyd Bozanski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, to the motion.
To the motion.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, as the chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee, I stand in opposition to the motion on House Bill 3093. This bill is scheduled for a work session tomorrow. The plan of the chair and the committee is to move the bill forward. There are two components of amendments. One that needs to be moved forward that's going to go through this bill on dealing with the negotiations that took place on the House side under Senate Bill 941. So I stand in opposition to that. We have the bill scheduled for work session tomorrow. Thank you.
For discussion, Senator Ferrioli.
Yes, will the chair of the Judiciary Committee respond to a question?
Would the chair respond?
I will try to respond to a question.
Mr. President, is it the chair's intention to move the -7 amendments into this bill?
Mr. President, it is at this point my intention to move the -7s in because the -7s give clarity as to how we will refer back to the statutes that are in play and operative. And also, I believe it does give some clarity to the Department of Justice, who will be the agency who will be making the determination as to whether or not a state other than Oregon meets the standards and the same safeguards we require all Oregonians to meet before reciprocity would be extended to that state, again, so long as they, meaning the other state, also gives reciprocity to our license holders out of Oregon.
Mr. President, to the motion.
Yes, to the motion.
Yeah, Mr. President, the motion to pull the bill to the floor protects it from the -7s, which are opposed by all of Oregon's gun organizations. Mr. President, this is an opportunity to vote for the bill as it was passed by the House, 59-1. So, Mr. President, this is an opportunity that should not be squandered. Thank you, Mr. President.
Further discussion? Senator Ferrioli, any final remarks? The question before us is that House Bill 3093 should be withdrawn from the Judiciary Committee. All those in favor of withdrawing House Bill 3093 from the Judiciary Committee will answer aye as their names are called, and those opposed no. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Ferrioli. Gelser. Girard. Hansel. Hansel. Hass. Johnson. Johnson. Knope. Cruz. Smonis Anderson. Monroe. Olson. Brzezinski. Riley. Roblin. Rosenbaum. Shields. Shields. Steiner Hayward. Thatcher. Thompson. Whitsitt. Winters. Barrett Sugar. Bates. Byer. Boquist. Burdick. Dembro. Devlin. Edwards. President Courtney.
No.
Not answering. Johnson. Excused. Johnson. Thatcher. Voting no. Bates. Byer. Burdick. Dembro. Devlin. Edwards. Gelser. Hass. Smonis Anderson. Monroe. Brzezinski. Riley. Roblin. Rosenbaum. Shields. Steiner Hayward. President Courtney. 11 aye votes.
The motion has failed. Senator Ferrioli, for what purpose do you rise?
For a vote explanation, Mr. President.
Please file your vote explanation.
Thank you, Mr. President. I voted yes for the motion to prevent the bill from being gutted and stuffed in the Judiciary Committee. I voted yes in order to protect and preserve a carefully crafted agreement that has occurred with House members that brought the bill to the Senate. I voted yes because it's an opportunity to do something for Oregonians to help them protect their Second Amendment rights. Mr. President, I regret to see the body has taken a no vote in the majority on this bill. It will prove to be just another failed attempt at bipartisanship and bicameralism. Thank you, Mr. President.
The action on executive